She do the chin, the thoughtful look, all of that. I think she's been dreaming about this for all her life, and she already knew how she was gonna get down.
Charlene Pearson, aka Miss Juicy Baby, is known for living out her life as a little person on Lifetime's popular reality show, Little Women Atlanta. But nothing about the self-proclaimed Queen of Atlanta is small. The bigger-than-life radio personality has an attitude to match Queen Charlotte from Bridgerton and can be lethal with her clapbacks. Ever since the show first aired in 2016, Miss Juicy has made an unforgettable impression, making enemies out of the late Minnie and coming out with the most entertaining catchphrases ever heard on reality television.
Everybody that know me know that my tagline is Miss Juicy, baby.
Okay. On the show, we know her for her antics that make us want to clutch our pearls. Who can forget the episode when Miss Juicy met up with Minnie to let her know that she was stalking her and trying to be her? On some single black female-ish.
So just downright stalkery.
Hello,
we're here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Gloria Altania.
And I'm Betty Bima.
And you're watching 10 out of 10
with the Pabulum Partners.
Yes, and today is Sometimes Super Isn't Natural.
Okay, you got it, because I didn't think you was going to get that title at all.
Hey, I took my time with it. You saw me?
Yes, I did. Sometimes super isn't natural. So our show is covering supernatural experiences from around the world. So we're going to be talking about heaven, hell, ghosts, all kind of stuff, right, Gloria?
Trinkets, items that you might not land,
Mm-hmm. So have you ever had a supernatural experience?
You know what? Maybe physically, no, but I've always had like crazy dreams.
Ooh, crazy dreams. Like what kind of dreams?
Like, I don't know. Sometimes it'll be like I'll have dreams and end up having deja vu because they end up happening. Or like I'll have like creepy, scary dreams that startle me into waking up screaming.
I've always been a person of dreams. I'm telling you, I dream about the floozies in my life. Like there's some floozies they'll be doing stuff behind my back, like I don't know, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden I'll have a dream that he's talking to a girl. Like this one guy, I had a dream that he went to a Beyonce concert. And so I confronted him about it. I was like, you know what? I had the craziest dream that you went to a Beyonce concert. And then lo and behold, he was going to a Beyonce concert with somebody.
What? That's creepy, but it's also cool too, though. It's like, okay, I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah, exactly. Girl, you feel me?
But you know what? I remember is when I have my scary dreams. I always remember waking up and mom having us watch Oprah.
Oh yeah, Oprah always like took me out of that zone. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Why?
Her voice is just so soothing, and I just remember staying up just with the blanket.
And that was in the 90s.
Okay.
When she had her show, right?
Yes, I know. Thank you, Oprah.
Well, we better get the show kicked off, get it started, because we got a different format going on. It's a little bit of storytelling going on this episode. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started.
School has always been a challenge for Nathan, especially being a young teen. It was difficult making friends. Despite all the challenges, Nathan found comfort in English with Miss Hawkins. She was kind, patient, and took a liking to Nathan and 6 others in his class. One day, after class, Miss Hawkins calls Nathan over. Nathan walks up to Miss Hawkins' desk. You've been doing so well in class. However, I noticed some negative energy floating around you. Is everything okay?" "Oh, yeah," Nathan replied. Hawkins stares at him to see if he's telling the truth. She's unconvinced. "Well, I want you to meet me and the others at the park at 6 to release that energy. It will be a good thing that's needed for you, okay?" Nathan didn't think twice and agreed. 6 o'clock couldn't roll around quick enough. Nathan told his parents he was going to meet up with his study group and made his way down to the park in his small community. When Nathan arrives, he notices a fire burning and sees Miss Hawkins and his 6 other classmates standing by the fire. Nathan walks up to join everyone. "Everyone, let's welcome Nathan." "Welcome, Nathan," says everyone else. "We are here to release negative energy within us, and the only way to do so is by creating an exit point." Miss Hawkins slowly walks over to Sam. She grabs a small knife out of her pocket. Miss Hawkins holds the knife up and jams the tip of it in her palm. Sam yelps out, "Ah!" "That's right. Let it out." Sam holds her hand in pain. Miss Hawkins grabs Sam's hand. "Now we must seal the exit so the evil spirits won't re-enter." And Miss Hawkins brands Sam's hand. "Nathan," Miss Hawkins calls out, "step forward." Nathan was nervous. He didn't know what to do. He saw the pain that Sam went through. Miss Hawkins slowly made her way over to Nathan, but before she reached him, a cop car pulled up. Everyone ran away, including Miss Hawkins, but she was captured. Turns out, Miss Hawkins thought her students were infested with demons. Everyone in the group was afraid to speak up about Miss Hawkins, so she only got off lightly with 6 months in jail.
Teacher's pet.
Isn't that crazy? So, okay, with this story, I was doing some research and I came across an article about this lady in Florida who, I guess her life was crumbling, right? So she was getting a divorce and she was just having personal breakdowns. And then she ended up finding this religious group. And from that group, she started changing and thinking like people had evil spirits in them. And so she thought her students had demons inside them. And so she was just like, this is how you get them out.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, she just had a mental breakdown, basically,
So what's supernatural about it, though?
Because she joined a religious cult, basically.
So you're saying that they made her like hallucinate or something? Like,
yeah, she was doing something where her mind just like switched and she thought people had demons in them. So that's supernatural, okay? If you feel like there's a demon present in somebody, that's supernatural to me.
Interesting. Oh. It kind of reminds me of the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington. Basically, if you guys haven't seen that, it's a oldie but goodie. If you haven't seen that movie terrifies me because it's like, you know how people say angels are walking around among us? Mm-hmm. Well, there's demons too, right? So if you believe in that kind of thing, you might be brushing shoulders with demons and don't even know it.
Man, that's crazy.
That's some freaky stuff, huh?
It's crazy out in these streets.
Yeah. Well, let's see what else is on the countdown.
Okay.
UFO sightings have always been a thing dating back to the 1940s and throughout the Cold War. Within a span of 2 decades, over 12,000 UFO sightings were reported from places like Nevada, Florida, New Mexico, and West Virginia. With the excitement and intimidation of aerial phenomena that comes with each mysterious strobe of light,
are you guys seeing this? What is this? Sharper Desk, there's something weird going on the eastern horizon. Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh my gosh, I don't know. What in the heck is going on? This is something I've never seen. That is crazy. What is that? What is going on?
or alleged alien abduction, more and more people are joining the ranks of the tin heads when it comes to believing in the supernaturally extraterrestrial. Case in point, the Oumuamua introduced itself to planet Earth 3 years ago. The Oumuamua was first discovered by Canadian physicist Robert Ruark from a Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii on October 19, 2017. The first known interstellar object had already traveled toward and away from the sun by the time humans caught on. Surprisingly, the interstellar object was designed like a spacecraft, and while it appeared to be aimlessly floating through the solar system, scientists discovered that there was something accelerating the object. Harvard University astrophysicist Avi Loeb argued that there was an alien machine driving the acceleration of the craft, while other researchers argued that the surface of the craft was enveloped by solid hydrogen. But this theory raised suspicions as scientists pointed out that the spacecraft didn't follow the same orbit as other asteroids and comets. The Oumuamua simply entered the solar system and then left, as if someone was observing. Was it indeed alien technology or a spacecraft from another solar system? We have yet to learn, but it does pique conspirators' interest when the government announces that they are now taking UFO sightings more seriously.
Lakovia is the name of this small village in Czech Republic, with no more than 708 people. If you're thinking Lakovia is pretty small, you're absolutely right. The best thing you can do when staying in this region is probably boating, diving, or taking part in local festivities. Or you could visit the abandoned St. George's Church, if you're brave enough. The church is said to be haunted. How, you ask? Well, let me tell you a little story. In Lakovia, the last village of the Albanian region Bregu, with clear turquoise water and breathtaking beaches located downtown, you can find a small community of folks working and making a living within the community. The year was 1968. You had your local market for food and goods and your local church gatherings, which was at the time St. George. There had been an old soul among the church community who passed away, and the church community was to hold a service for that soul. As the church preparer prepared the body, an old man came in requesting that they wanted this cane to be buried with the casket, but not on the inside, on the outside, on top, so that he could walk with his Creator when it was his time. The preparer agreed to do this and continued working. Early morning the next day, the priest asked the preparer of the body to go ahead and bury the casket before the actual service to save on time. In the midst of doing so, the preparer forgot the cane. Although he felt bad about not burying the cane, he didn't think it was a big deal. The preparer brought the cane back to the church where the service was taking place. As the people trickled in and service began as normal, you could hear a small thump. Then another thump. Then another thump. An old lady leaned closer to the preparer and pointed at the cane, saying, "Surprised he didn't want to be buried with that old stick. He put up a fuss every time he didn't have it." Dust began to fall from the ceiling. And then, thump, crackle, thump. Everyone looked up and suddenly a loud rumbling followed by falling brick as the roof collapsed during the funeral service. The townspeople were surely convinced that this was a curse, abandoning the church, holding sermons outside.
This particular story has bogged the minds of many for years. It all started when one handsome kid had dreams of making it big. At the young age of 21, Ryan Singleton embarked on a quest for fame when he moved from his childhood home in Georgia to the Big Apple. His goal was to become a fashion model. It wouldn't be long before New York took notice. Ryan had made his big break, earning a highly coveted modeling gig in New York's Fashion Week lineup. Ryan was living the life. He had met a ton of friends and was getting recognition from the top tier of the industry, but he was seeking more. Ryan and his friends packed up and made the big move to Hollywood, Shortly thereafter, he married celebrity stylist Keith Brewster in a lavishly modest ceremony attended by Real Housewives star Cynthia Bailey. Unfortunately, the marriage ended within 4 months, and Ryan found himself back in Georgia. It was then that Ryan showed signs that something wasn't quite right. He went to his mother and said, "Something bad is going to happen to me, isn't it?" His mother responded, "What are you talking about? Do you owe someone money?" "No, mother, it's just, I've done a lot of things to hurt a lot of people," Ryan said. 2 days later, Ryan took off to Los Angeles and rented a vehicle. He called his mother while traveling to Vegas and asked her to send him $100 through Western Union. Soon after that call, Ryan's ex-husband called his mother and said Ryan called him and sounded like he may be in danger. While Ryan was traveling back from Vegas, his car broke down in Death Valley. He flagged down the highway patrol, who took him to a nearby gas station. There, Ryan would wait for one of his friends from LA to pick him up. But when his friend arrived to the gas station, Ryan was nowhere to be found. Several days later, Ryan's body was found 2 miles away from the gas station. But Ryan's organs were missing. The only trauma to his body was a skull fracture. The case is still cold with no witnesses, no suspects, and no answers. Aiden was a guy who lived for adventure and risk-taking. He would often frequent theme parks and enjoy activities made only for the bold. He was the type of person to always do the opposite of what he was told. If a sign told him to not pass a certain point, not only did he ignore it, but he would nearly risk his life to prove how courageous he was, especially when accompanied with friends. One day, Aiden and his friends planned to have a night of spooky fun. They gathered at Aiden's apartment. "So what do you guys want to do?" his friend David asked. "Let's watch Annabelle," his friend Jessica said. "Nah, Annabelle has nothing on Chucky. He's the original cursed doll," Aiden said.
I'm Chucky.
"I can do you one better," Leslie said. "How about we get our own real-life cursed doll?" "Where can we get that?" Aiden asked. "eBay." The friends all looked at Leslie like she was joking. Leslie pulled up a listing on the computer. "See? Hunted 16-inch spiritual doll spirit vessel with supernatural paranormal power." "That's not real," Aiden said in disbelief. "No, but it is," Leslie proclaimed. "How do you know?" Aiden questioned. "Because I just believe in that kind of thing," Leslie said. "Look, I'll prove that it's not real." Aiden scrolled through the listings. "Ooh, a vintage hunted plush teddy bear. That'll be perfect." Aiden made the order. "It'll be here in 3 days, and I'll prove that this stuff is all made up." 3 days finally pass. There's a knock at Aiden's door. He opens the door. No one's there. He looks down. There's a beautifully wrapped box with a bow on top. Aiden excitedly picks up the box and rushes to the dining room table. He opens the box to find a small, long-haired brown teddy bear with a scarf and a note. "This bear is hunted. It will cause you to go crazy. If you can't take it, the only way to stop the curse is to give it away, but you have to include the total contents of the package." Aiden's hand wrapped around the bear's cushy belly as he stared into its bulging eyes. Later that night, Aiden met up with his friends. "Has anything happened yet?" David asked. "No, nothing," Aiden responded. Hours later, Aiden was driving in peace to his home when all of a sudden, smoke appeared from the hood of the car. He stopped the car and opened his hood to smell something burning. Upon closer observation, a tube had appeared to overheat and busted, spilling out coolant. He hopped back in his car and slowly drove home as he watched the temp of his car increase. Finally home, he resolved to get the car repaired in the morning. When he walked to his door, he noticed that the porch light was going in and out. "That's odd," he thought. He went into his home and prepared to shower. While he was in the shower, the water suddenly started to pour out steaming hot water. Aiden eagerly tried to turn the knob to cold, but the shower wouldn't budge. He jumps out the shower and tries to turn the shower completely off, but that doesn't work either. "I'll call emergency maintenance," he thought. "Sir, it'll take about 1 hour before anyone can get out there," the rep told Aiden. With the shower running in the background, Aiden began to wonder why his luck hasn't been great. Then he remembered his new teddy bear. He goes to the dining room to find the box, but no bear. He hears chattering nearby.
He makes his way toward the living room where he hears the voices. An overwhelming dark feeling fills the pit of his stomach. To his relief, it's just the TV. But his moment of relief is spoiled when he turns to see Mr. Teddy Bear with only one of his eyes, sitting on his couch as if he was watching TV the whole time. Aiden suspects what Leslie said may actually be true. That night, Aiden would experience a series of weird occurrences, including illusions of people speaking in different rooms and appliances randomly going off. By the morning time, Aiden was exhausted from the lack of sleep and anxiety. Determined to get rid of the bear, he threw a coat on over his pajamas and grabbed the bear. Aiden searched high and low for someone to give the bear to, but there was no one in sight. He finally arrived at a park and took a break by sitting on a park bench. Just as he was getting a moment of peace, a large family in an SUV pulled up. Kids toppled out of the vehicle. Aiden got a surge of energy. Finally, some people. But who would he give the bear to? One kid was making a ruckus, pushing the other little kids, taking their toys. Aha, Aiden thought. He walked over to the kid. Hey kid, you want a bear? Aiden asked. No, that bear's ugly. The kid smirked. It's hunted, Aiden said matter-of-factly. Really? The kid responded. I haven't slept all night because of this bear. Aiden said convincingly. All right. The kid took the bear. Thank you so much, kid. Aiden rushed away, leaving the kid holding the bear. Finally home, Aiden was relieved. His friends came over, and when he told them the story, they all had a good laugh. Leslie observed the box. Aiden, what's this? She held up a small round object. It was one of the bear's bulging eyes. Right then and there, the lights went out in the house. Did the electricity just cut out? A frightened Jessica asked. The shower turns on, and so does the TV. I guess I forgot to attach the eye back to the bear.
I just gotta laugh because I saw your reaction. I saw your reaction to the last part. That brings back memories, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, you put some scary clips in there. That was scary. The beginning, that doll. Where did you find that picture? That doll is hideous and it's scary too. It was kind of like, ugh. Like, okay, I don't even know why anybody would want to do it.
There's some people in the world, like, some people like to jet ski or go skydiving or hike big mountains, and they do crazy things. But then there's some people who love the abnormal or the supernatural, and they like to test the spirits. That's not me. But these people, they watch the movies, Blumhouse, those movies that they come out with, The Conjuring, Insidious, and Annabelle, and all those movies. And they were like, hey, we could do it in real life. And they invited that entity or whatever it was into their own home by ordering off of eBay. I didn't even know eBay had this dark hole of toys that's considered haunted.
Yeah, me either, man. That's crazy. Like, I like watching horror films, scary movies. You know, I like going through haunted mazes. That's fun. And I might even go and stay at like the place where they filmed The Shining, but I wouldn't go to like the real places, like that house where The Conjuring happened, the base story, Conjuring happened, like real stuff happened there. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
I know that's right.
I'm gonna do the fake fun stuff, the fake scary stuff.
Me too.
We just want to thank you guys for joining us on this supernatural show, and it's a to be continued for the next half. You can check us out at pabulumentertainment.com, and you can find us on YouTube at Pabulum Entertainment. And you can also check out our sister partner, The Mouth Soap, at themouthsoap.com, and on Instagram at The Mouth Soap.
Yes, and I co-sign everything she just said.
So until next time, guys, see you later.
Bye.